Yeah, you ready? How you feel, bro? How you feeling?
Uh,
My theory about to fucking kill you, bro. I don't know if you
okay.
looked at the numbers, but I
Uh,
hope I hope you see it. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the
G.
show with myself, Justin, and Cyrus. Of course, we were reviewing the G1 Climax 30 from New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is the final week of the G1. We've done it. We are finally here. Not too many matches, not too many shows left. Cyrus, how do you feel about this compared to the other years that we've done it? I feel like surprisingly it's been easier, and it hasn't been that bad
Oh
this year.
yeah.
I gotta say.
I think due to the pandemic or whatever, our schedule is lining up pretty well, so we can record these no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I did like doing the postmortem of last year and just going through the whole thing. Like that was fun. I like doing that way. But this has also been really cool as well.
Yeah, I think quarantine and you know, like just this deal right now, we're kind of at home. Like I would really be watching these shows like during work and analyzing them then. And I think it's been pretty cool to be able to do that for the past couple of weeks. And it's just been easier now that I can just do that, because I would usually have to be going to the office, watching it during the day, coming back and trying to do the show with you and getting ready for work. Now it's kind of it's easier that way. And you know what else is, like we said this, in the beginning of the G show this year, the breaks have really helped. Like obviously there was that crazy stretch last week where they did 4 in a row, but this week has been really smooth so far.
The breaks and the lack of the multi-man tags has been a ultimate blessing, and I truly hope they keep it in this fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I think they're going to take some consideration. If they were smart, they would do that. But let's step right in, because we got some bracket talk to talk about in the show. Let's step right into the most latest shows, and that is a instant classic with Night 13 from the A block.
Right.
And we knew from the beginning that the A block will be able to just pull cards like this any night that they wanted to. And, there is no question that, even in the past 4 years, at least, the A block has been the most consistent and strongest block of the G1. That's where they put all the stars at, without a doubt. And they pretty much did their thing here, especially coming off a middling to average in night 12. Let's start off with Jeff Cobb and Tomohiro Ishii. Holy shit. We have been not really singing the praises of Jeff Cobb, right? And then he comes out with this one.
Yeah. Ishii, once again, just getting the best out of everyone he performs with. Jeff Cobb looked amazing in this match. I thought he looked better here than he looked in his match with Okada and Jay White. Like him and Jay White I wouldn't say they've never had a good match, but the matches that they have had in the G1 have always been
Yeah, they've always been, but at the end of the day, they came out and did what they had to do. And this is a match, of course, Ishii and Cobb, they faced each other before, but this was the type of pace and action that me and you beg for from G1 matches. It's always the same formula of start out slow, end really quick, or end with a flash pan or something like that. This came out just from the moment they started, and they were slugging each other and beating the hell out of each other this whole match.
A lot of matches from the downhill jam where it never hit the second gear or third gear, where this match is literally starting on the third gear.
yeah, and from that moment they went to 5th and 6th and 7th, and you had a really, really great showing from Ishii here, as well as Jeff Cobb. Of course, one thing that did bother me, I'm never going to be okay with this, especially in a company where someone who did this can now no longer wrestle. That is the amount of headbutts I saw in this match. I cannot ignore it. I have to say something about it when I see it.
Yeah. Not the best thing. I definitely screamed when Jeff Cobb just decided he wanted to be a Street Fighter character and did a charging headbutt at Ishii, and then Ishii is selling like Shawn Michaels, but I don't think he's selling.
Yeah, he was knocked loopy. Let's be clear, he was knocked a little bit loopy, and we're going to see another instance of somebody being knocked loopy on this show to give us entertainment. But I really enjoyed this show. a big win for Jeff Cobb here. Essentially kind of putting Ishii, down a peg, because it was looking like he was probably going to go up. With another win, he probably would have been toward the top of the block, but knocking him down a peg to take the win here. And Jeff Cobb and Ishii just had a barn burner here. Next match, we have Yujiro versus Jay White. Of course, on night 11, Yujiro was put out of the tournament. This was more of a storyline thing. I couldn't really rate it. Of course, Jay White, you knew the deal when Jay White came out in a tank top and track pants.
I don't know why, but when he came out, I was just like, something's weird here. And I couldn't put my finger on it. But he came out in his red Octobers, told Yujiro, hey,
lay it down. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm going to just lay it down for me, bye. And Yujiro stinks because he hit Jay White with everything but the kitchen sink and couldn't put him down.
Hit him with the Tokyo Pimps. My man's got the hell up and gave him one. That is one Blade Runner, and won the match. Of course, the story here is teasing dissension between the Bullet Club and who is the real leader. Of course, they always go with the line that there is no real leader of the Bullet Club. But Evil has played the de facto leader in the absence of a Jay White for the last 6 months. So this is, of course, I'm glad to see they're coming full circle here and starting to tell the story with Jay White kind of being mad that Yujiro disrespected him. And there was a promo afterwards after night 13 where Jay White was, very pissed off, and he asks, was Evil up to this? Was this his plan? And Goto says, I don't know. And now
was this Gato's plan, or
exactly.
If Bullet Club turns on Jay White, where does he go?
I think Jay White just becomes like a Kenny Omega figure. I think that's what they want to do. I think that's the only way they know how to sell Gaijin and if at a top level is the Kenny Omega type run, where they are world beaters that have really great long matches, and they do the AJ style. Not Kenny Omega, maybe the AJ Styles model, where they do get wins over Okada. Like they obviously don't think of Jay White as a Juice Robinson, or Ospreay as a Juice Robinson. These are the guys that they want to put the company behind for the next couple of years, and rightfully so.
Well, I'm just saying from the role of like, what faction will he move factions? Because if you're in New Japan, you're in a faction. But when you were saying that, I do think that now that we're not having as many tag matches, you can absolutely have someone that is a lone wolf finally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Jay, this will test him. He would like the thing about Jay White, and people forget this, is that when he was a young lion, he was a really good babyface, and he was very good at being that, a lot of fire, a lot of a lot of charisma and personality with him, and then he's been able to grow as Jay White. And I don't necessarily think he needs to be like super babyface. I'm going to save the world. He could still be a tweener, but he could just be against the Bullet Club. I think that this is what they want to see from him, and they want to see if he can run with it on this level, because I don't think Okada or Tanahashi are going to be factored into. I'm going to knock on wood here. Are going to be factored into the title picture before January 4th. So you got to give him something. But if I was to guess right now, well, I'll get to it. I'll get to it at the end of the show.
Okay.
But that's the most we talked about New Japan story this whole year, by the way.
Because we're finally actually getting some story.
Next up, we have Ospreay versus Taichi, in a really solid match. I thought I went pretty high on it in the moment. I thought that again, Ospreay trying to work his big man style, his heavyweight style with his flippy stuff. He's still trying to figure out the balance between that.
He's trying to blend it, and I'm just like, yo, you'll be a really better wrestler. Like, you'll be really cool if you just like stick to like your heavyweight shit. Like, you're seeing that it's working out better for him. For Taichi to kick out of a Os cutter, big. It's time to switch up the offense. And I'm slowly saying that they're like not burying, but they're trying to show that a lot of his cruiserweight stuff is ineffective. So hopefully after they kind of just beat down the Oz Cutter, they can stop the transition shit that everybody always bitches and moans about.
Yeah, for sure. But again, the result's still the same. Will
Mm-hmm.
Ospreay, the man right now, the man. Not much to say here. Like they're at the top of Block A here. Next up, we have Minoru Suzuki versus Kota Ibushi. OMG, slapping meat. Not even big sweaty men, but just
Hey
men
man,
slapping meat, man.
this wasn't even New Japan, bro. I had to wipe my eyes. I thought I was watching Pancrest, bro.
Not a lot of flippy shit from Ibushi in this match, eh?
Yeah, and I enjoyed that a lot. He did well. The way Suzuki was slapping him up, I don't even think he could even find the ropes to entertain a moonsault. Like they were just beating the hell out of each other for like 17 minutes straight.
Yeah. Yep. And I love the personality here with Suzuki being just a evil, crazy bastard, laughing as he was getting beat to the ground by Ibushi, and Ibushi laughing as he was getting slapped in the face. A lot of like really cool spots here. Of course, Ibushi wins this one. I thought one of the strongest matches on the card. And at this point, Cyrus, I'm like, okay, the main event can't beat this, right?
Yeah, and I was just like, this card has been heat from top to bottom, and also just like with the finish, I popped hard for the standing Kamagoye. I don't know why, but I was like, I saw that and I was at the edge of my seat. I thought that was so sick.
I love this match. I went 4.5 on it, and I was just like, maybe Okada Shingo will be good, maybe it won't. I don't know. But then we get to Okada Shingo first time match. Shingo's having a lot of first times on this G1 year, and every single one he's kind of delivered. This one was no less of that type of deal from him. I think I went damn near 5 on it. I think it really is probably my favorite match of the tournament so far.
Oh man. Yeah, well, out of these 2 nights, definitely one of my favorite matches I've seen this week for sure. But oh man. out of the whole tournament, I don't know yet, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely top 3.
It is really, really good. It was really good. What are some takeaways here? I think the story here was that Shingo was not going for that money clip shit, and he countered it every step of the way. Shingo did did pretty much every move in his arsenal to put Okada away, including his own Rainmaker, which I popped for huge.
I like everybody. Like I tweeted it. It was just like everybody is doing the Rainmaker pose, like taunting Okada right now because he's not the world beating champion that he was back then. So people feel like they could really disrespect him like this. And I'm just like, when is that really going to start irking him to be like, you want the Rainmaker? Here we go. And then I'm hit you with a Rainmaker. And kind of saw it. When he was maintaining wrist control. I was at the edge of my seat when he was hanging on to Shingo's wrist and they zoomed in on it. I was just like, oh, we're back, baby.
But how about Shingo here this year? I never pegged him to win early. Mm-hmm. I always pegged this as being kind of like a breakout for him. But how about just the performances he's put on in this G1, just killing it from start to finish. Just performances against, the Ospreay match, like all of these matches that he's had so far this year, and then the Okada match to kind of culminate that. Of course, he does lose this, but out of it, I think that he
looked fantastic.
He looked great. We made a potential main eventer here, and we have to commend Okada as well for allowing him to hang in there and giving him so much and making him look really fucking strong.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy that he finally got his finisher over halfway into the tournament.
Yeah.
Like I'm absolutely loving the money clip now that he is adding the backbreaker combination to it.
Yeah, like the Randy Orton type backbreaker thing that he does. Yeah. And I again, he looked great. I think he made by proxy he made Okada look great because we haven't not been high on his matches this year thus far. And I think it was just a great match. I went 4 3/4 on it, nearly 5. I might rewatch it.
Insane chemistry with one another. I can't wait till they have another match in the future. And
give him the IC title, bro. Have Naito gift him. Have him gift him the title, bro.
Oh, that'd be wild. That man said, "I'm tired. You deserve it." And you know what? I'd love it. Let him just go out there and have bangers, bro.
That was night 13. Let's get into night 14 really quick. Not the best.
Not as strong as 13. It was a hard act to follow.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You start off with Yoshihashi, Zack Sabre Jr. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. gets the win here. I'm just gonna speed through this card because it was not really like the most amazing card to do.
One good match.
Yeah, and then you have Kenta and Toru Yano. I'm getting tired of these matches, but Kenta does pick up the win. There isn't much that Kenta can do at this point to win the block, but they are keeping him strong here. So I commend it. They have to keep him strong because he will more than likely go back over to America at some point to defend that briefcase. Then you have Sonata and Juice, which long match. I didn't hate Sonata here. I thought that he actually had a pretty strong performance, and for the first time, his "I'm gonna drop you out the sleeper hold to do a moonsault" actually worked.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, that's how I know Juice ain't real. This thing that don't work on nobody worked on you. Come on, man. You gotta study the playbook, player.
Yeah, they put him away. They put him away bad. Yeah, they put him away bad with it. This was again to put Juice out of the running completely in the block. It wasn't a bad match at all though. Then we have Tanahashi versus Goto. Biggest upset of the series here.
I screamed. I went, no way. Like, that match was really good. And I know there's probably no way in hell that because I'm not looking at the standings currently, but there was like no way in hell Hirooki Goto is possibly going to win this. So I was just happy to see him even get a win on Tanahashi. I thought I would never even see that.
Oh no, you had to know that. There was I knew that Tana wasn't going to make it when I started seeing Sonata win again. And usually Tanahashi would go on the losing streak but start picking up the wins like Okada did over on A Block. But Tanahashi was still kind of picking up a lot of losses here. So, you know, in the end, Tanahashi picks up 4 losses, which effectively puts him out. There's no way at this point that he can make up these points and get to 10 points and possibly win the block. So I won't say he's out of the tournament, but this week he's looking to be out of the tournament. He's probably going to be out of the tournament. There's nothing he can do to make it back. Then we have the main event, Naito versus Evil. We knew that this was going to happen, Cyrus. If Naito won this match, he would have took the block. There was just no way that he could have won this match in order for there to be any type of suspense as to who will win this for the rest of the week. There's a whole 4 days left to do this. So we essentially here had yet another like whatever match between these two. Cyrus, what do you feel about it?
I was okay with the match going into it. Like, I was fine. Like, I'm still not the biggest fan of like Evil's new persona or whatever, but this is where the cheating stuff actually like ruined the match for me. Same as it kind of ruined the Tanahashi match. Red Shoes just seeing Evil have a chair in his hands, and he's just like, well, fuck it. Dick Togo just running into the ring, and the ref is just like, what are you doing? Like, come on. Like, I know New Japan refs are very inefficient and they don't do goddamn nothing, but please, at least, please, for once, grow some balls, Red Shoes, and just like eject the motherfucker, please. Because it really ruined this match for me.
And to be fair, we have, the match didn't end with the distraction, but it also only ended with one Everything is Evil. The Destino looks weak as hell next to the Everything is Evil. This is a move that's put Naito away, I believe, one time, twice. Like This is kind of crazy.
He's getting the counter Destinos off, but then he still has to do the regular, like 2 regular ones. It's not looking too great for him. I think he might want to like develop a new finisher like Okada did.
Yeah, and preferably not a submission one.
Please not submission.
Oh no, we don't have to.
I think what is it, like the double armbar or whatever the hell he does?
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name currently. I think that's cool, but the Destino,
the Pluma Blanca, I believe it's called.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, but that needs to go. I mean, the Destino needs to go.
It looks so weak. So at the end of this, we now, and this is without tiebreakers because now Evil owns the tiebreaker over Naito. Naito owns a tiebreaker over everyone in the block. So pretty much it has to be a definitive. It has to be, since, and I hate to tell you this, since Naito owns the tiebreaker on everyone in the block except for Sonata and Evil, it's looking like it's going to be Sonata or Evil coming out of the B block. You have Evil and Naito with 5 and 2, 10 points each. Goto and Zack Sabre Jr. and Sonata with 4 and 3. Kenta, Juice Robinson, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Toru Yano with 3 and 4. Yoshihashi with 1 and 6. He is eliminated finally from the G1. On Block A, it's going to be a shootout this week, okay? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Ibushi, Okada, Will Ospreay, Jay White, 5 and 2, 10 points each. Okay? Jeff Cobb, Tomohiro Ishii, Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, and Shingo with 3 and 4, 6 points each. I would say that none of them can get to the, unless Shingo makes a run. Yeah, but the thing is, I believe Shingo owns a tiebreaker on Ibushi. Okada owns it on Shingo. Okada owns it on pretty much everyone here. Ospreay owns a tiebreaker on everyone, but he does have the Okada match coming up this week, so we can't call it yet. And Jay White, who has only lost twice, he has a tiebreaker on, who did he lose to here? He lost to. Oh, he has a tiebreaker on the top guys here, so it would be Ospreay. And here's the thing, there's just not much you can do with Block A. Let's get into the schedule before we get into our predictions here. On the 13th, we're going to take a day off. We have Okada versus Ishii. We have Jay White versus Suzuki, which I do believe Jay White will probably pick up his third and knock him out of the block here. Shingo versus Taichi, Yujiro versus Kota Ibushi, and Ospreay versus Jeff Cobb. On the 14th, we have Tanahashi Sonata main eventing. Goto versus Evil. I got Evil winning this one. Naito versus Yano. Get ready to be pissed off. I think I called this one a week ago, but get ready to get pissed off.
What you mean? I can't be mad at something I ain't watch.
Zack Sabre Jr., Juice Robinson, and Yoshihashi and Kenta. Then on the 16th, we have Shingo versus Suzuki, Ospreay versus Okada, Ishii versus Jay White, Yujiro versus Jeff Cobb, and Ibushi Taichi. And on the 17th, the final night of the block, which it looks like is going to come down to this on B block, Sonata versus Evil, which you're already seeing it right now. You're already seeing the bullshit. Naito versus Kenta, Yano versus Yoshihashi, Robinson versus Goto, and Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. I think you don't have Evil win the block because Evil already has a rematch coming. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be Sonata that's going to win this block.
Hey, man, Sonata wins, he ain't going to be the cover, bro. That's all I got to say.
This is going to be a really exciting week, I must say. This is going to be one that we're going to have to really lock in and get our predictions off because it is definitely one of the exciting stories of the A block, as in who will win here. I think from the beginning we've said either Ospreay or Jay White, but Okada could come from behind and sneak this if he beats Ospreay. Because if he loses to Ospreay, Jay White owns a tiebreaker on him.
Well, usually all my predictions and bets are based off what I don't want to see. So I don't want Okada to win the block because I don't want to see him face Sonata.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Jay White winning.
Wow, I have to say Ospreay, bro. I think Ospreay's gonna get it.
Well, yeah, you never change your vote.
Yeah, Ospreay's gonna
get it. I had to change mine. Shingo's cooked, bro.
Yeah, Shingo is definitely done, but we have a day off here. The 13th. It's going to be another kind of long week for us, but 13th to 14th we got a break on the 15th. So looks like we're going to be back to you guys on Thursday, and then by next Sunday we will. Well, how do you want to do this? Cyrus? You want to do the 16th, 17th, and you want to just skip the 16th and 17th and just do everything in one because the final is on Sunday night. We just have it come out on Monday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We should do that.
Let's do it that way. So yeah, we'll be back to you guys on Thursday, and then we'll have our big G. This is everyone's favorite show anyway. The big G1 wrap up show will be next Monday on the 19th of October. We'll review the final two nights and the finals, and we'll give our thoughts on who the G1 winner is, if New Japan made the right decision, and if this will be a really cool matchup for Naito at Wrestle Kingdom in January 4th. And what will Wrestle Kingdom be? I think we're going to get an announcement on what it is and what we can expect from it during this whole thing. So definitely tap into us. Please, for the love of God, please follow the A Show RNC Twitter account. It just went up today. You're gonna find all of our content there, all of the information on all of the shows, such as the Rewriters Room, this show you're listening to right now, Spot Callers, the A Show, and the War Report. We're really going in, guys. So definitely subscribe to us and follow us on Twitter. We're gonna be hitting you guys with a whole bunch of content this week for the launch of our new channel. And yeah, we're gonna have a fully packed week of wrestling content. The Rewriters Room comes back this Tuesday, the A Show on Wednesday, War Report on Friday, and Cyrus, I think me and you got a date with Impact Wrestling coming up. So we're gonna have Spot Callers coming up.
Why do you keep reminding me?
Hey man, I gotta let you know, brother. I gotta let you know. So for Cyrus, I am Justin. Please enjoy the rest of G1 week, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.